to the hour, we would actually continue on Facebook, the Facebook Live for an additional hour. So y'all who have access to Facebook and all the necessary, you could join us there. Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. So we had some very interesting discussions before. There are some things that we are accustomed speaking about, because those things tend to be a little more serious than others, hypertension, poor circulation, kidney problems. So diabetes, which of course is like reigning supreme in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, almost 1/3 of our population are diabetic. And I mean, if you're talking about a country about 1.7 million people, you're saying almost, well, between 450, 600,000 people.
And that's quite a lot.
That's a lot of people. A lot of people, including very young children, because our adolescent diabetes levels are significantly higher compared to our Latin American and Caribbean counterparts. So we're not doing too well in those areas. So I'm going to touch a bit on poor circulation. I'm actually going to touch on the eyes as well, because last week someone asked the question about glaucoma, I believe it was, and I said that I'm going to touch on that today. So as usual, it's an open forum. I'll say what I need to say, and then of course we'll open the lines. And Facebook, where we'll give you more time in the second hour, obviously, because we'll have use after that. So when you're looking at issues associated with poor circulation, we know why it tends to be so problematic, simply because blood is responsible for transporting oxygen and nutrients to different cells in the body. And interestingly, it transfers that or transports that to cells, which are the basic building block of the entire body. So the thing is, if you have a poor circulation issue, because based on the laws of anatomy and physiology, cells give you tissues, tissues give you organs, organs give you organ tissues, and organ tissues, give you organs, and organs give you organ systems, and then organ systems give you the body. So, when you look at it from that basic aspect, if you're not getting proper blood circulation to a nerve that affects the eyesight, so that nerve is stop receiving nutrients, it stops receiving oxygen, it stops, because the removal of waste as well is also paramount in the whole circulatory system and the lymphatic system. So it means if it is those cells not even getting proper blood and oxygen, it means that their waste, or the waste in the cell, is not getting to exit the cell properly. So you're going to start to have decay, you're going to start to have degeneration. And that is why when diabetics, for example, who would be more familiar in the minds of a lot of individuals as having poor circulation, evident by, very dark feet, very dark toes, losing toes, and becoming amputees, as well as situations associated with eyesight. Diabetics, once you're a diabetic, the likelihood of you getting things like glaucoma, cataract, detached retina, macular degeneration, those type of things are significantly increased simply because of what I just explained there, where blood is not being transported to the cell, and of course the cell being the basic building block of the body itself, and then of course the lack of excretion of waste. You're going to have a problem. That's a mess there. That's a mess. Right? So as I always tell persons, the issue is not the mosquito. The issue is the water, the stagnant water. Stop dealing with your mosquito. Your mosquito is the symptomology. So you have diabetes, mosquito. You have hypertension, mosquito. You have arthritis, mosquito. So you just full of mosquito. So you harboring mosquito in your yard, and must be some basin, some tank in a corner. Because some people already yard so big, and then you might be living next door where it have some vacant piece of land, and Trinidadians, very clean people, so it must have a half a barrel, some drum, some cup, something inside of it. So the mosquito and them close. And for Ministry of Health send people to spray that thing. I tell people that I don't even believe humans supposed to be smelling that, because when they smell that, you feel like if you're dying. At least me. Everybody has to be, that's safe. That's safe. That's safe for the human levels. I said, no. When I smell that, I feel like if I want to cap out or something, and look, I'm not a cockroach, I'm not a mud. Look at the comparison of the size of a mosquito to a human being. So if I feeling so, Well, all right, we understand why they're trying to kill the mosquito, but why are you trying to kill me too? But that's just a side point. That's something I always find, that thing, something wrong there. Because I remember there was a time I had an aquarium. Well, I had a friend who had an aquarium, and those people passed and they sprayed. And the aquarium was interested in a saltwater aquarium because the person had like sharks. So it was new regular type of water in the aquarium. And those people passed that day and she wasn't home to cover the aquarium as she would have. And I don't think she had known about the notifications that they would normally give because they would pass around in the area announcing whatever the case may be. So in any case, when she came home, all her sharks were dead. So, I mean, if you're supposed to kill a mosquito that size, and look at the size of a baby. I mean, it was a baby shark, but it was pretty sizable because it was a large aquarium. So, that's just my point where that is concerned. But back to what I was saying as it regards to that situation with problems with your eyes and the nerves and that kind of thing. So, with that situation with the mosquitoes, rather, what you find is that in dealing with the mosquitoes, you're not solving the problem because the stagnant water is still there. So whether you use flit or Ministry of Health come and spray or whatever the case may be, the mosquitoes will always be there. You spray Monday, some dead, Tuesday, some more come, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that's what, as a continuing cycle, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, how that applies to the science of anatomy and physiology and food and healing the body. Because if it is you're not dealing with the root cause of the problem, you'll always have issues. I mean, that's basic common sense. And the problem with a lot of us is that we're so deficient where foods are concerned, nutrients, micronutrients, things like zinc, manganese, and that type of thing. Poor you day, eating every day, 3 meals a day, snacking, whatever the case may be, and you think, you in the game, you good. You're taking a little 1 or 2 vitamin. Well, now everybody had a little more familiar with things like omega, your little CoQ10. So somebody, once you're a little responsible and you don't want to dead and suffer, you will have some kind of supplement in your house. I mean, let's be reasonable. You have the very ridiculous, disgusting, very cheap people who for some reason believe buying a supplement for themselves is like, I don't know, committing heresy or some kind of thing. It is for your body. It is not for me. It is not for Dr. Batson. It is not for your neighbor. It's not for your cousin. It's not for your wife. It is for you. It is for you. And there are some people who are so ridiculous. If you don't understand the science and you think, well, okay, I might excuse you a little bit. But some people, you're just blatantly arrogant and just disgustingly cheap and mingy that you just would not take out $100, $200, $300, $500 a month and feed yourself from a micronutrient level. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially them old school men and them, I want to take no tablet, I want no tablet, I want food. Smarty pants, that food that you're eating is not food that we had 100, 200, 300, 500 years ago, where they used to do soil crop rotation, where you plant land and rest. They don't rest land again, You no longer do they have where you used to rotate crops. If you plant pepper, which is, with peppers, I think something that the soil needs to be a little more acidic. Then the next time you might plant something like maybe bygone or okra or something like that because that requires more alkaline. So it's a rotation. So the soil was always balanced. The soil was fed. The soil was nourished. They don't do that now. Why do you think it has so much fertilizers and pesticides and genetically modified foods, and why it has so much cancer? You realize every Monday morning you have about 10 new type of cancer. Where they coming from? Manna? Falling from heaven? No. All them foolishness. People eating and it having water. The air that you breathe. Well, in Trinidad alone, Trinidad have one of the nastiest air quality in the world. And they compare us to places like Kuwait and Istanbul and Turkey, them water-on places because them always have an explosion, so they're expected to have a lot of dust. But we don't have an explosion here. Why our air nasty? So because we stink. You want to burn thing here, your neighbor burning. So you understand? So we're doing the wrong things. So that was just to drive home the point that you need to supplement. You need. Watch me, I ain't asking you. Anybody talking that foolishness for me now, you very, very, very poor thing. Poor thing. They say you mustn't call people stupid, but that is stupidity, I'm telling you. Not in the information age that we're living in now, where you have everything. After God is Google, after Google is YouTube. After YouTube, Instagram. You'll go and find things. And yes, you might argue and say, well, it depends on the source, and it has so many different sources. And one person saying, hey, listen to me, you are not dotish, you're big and you have sense. You must be able to rationalize a little thing. The problem with a lot of people, it is blatantly plain that you are cheap. You are cheap. And it's a bad thing. And you know why that is so? And that's a Western world thing, eh? Because if you look at the Asian world, if you look at, China, Malaysia, even places like India, Pakistan, all those countries, their model as it relates to health is significantly better than the West because they are very proactive people. They believe an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure.
Yeah.
They believe that and they work accordingly to that. Look, when you look at the Japanese, now they have bad habit, they have a disgusting habit. They are one of the #1 smokers in the world. They are one of the countries that hold the largest smoking population in the entire world. These people smoke about 50 cigarettes a day. Yet, they have the lowest or one of the lowest rates of lung cancer. So what does that say? It means they have to be doing something to counteract the negative effects of the smoking.
Yeah.
So what do? They have a seaweed, which we know about sea moss. So if you're not aware, let me enlighten you a bit. Vegetation from the sea is 1,000 times more nutrients than any land vegetation. Simply because, not to go back in, if you go even in the creation model and you listen, the land would have been the sea, was before the land. So obviously it would have had more nutrients, whatever the case may be. Hence the reason things like sea moss, things like there's something called fucoidan. That's what I wanted to remember. The Japanese eat a lot of something called fucoidan. And if you know what fucoidan is, it is a marine phytoplankton, similar to things like seaweed, algae, different types of weeds, that type of thing. And what is one of the most potent properties of fucoidan is its ability to fight cancer and prevent cancer. Hence the reason why these Japanese people who smoking 50 pack of cigarette for the day, a lot of them live to be 100 years. Simply because of a dietary supplement. Now that, if you're going argument-wise, if some people say, well, that is food because, it's a plant. Okay, good. But a lot of supplements are derivatives from what? Plants. Yeah, but it's just because of locality, because there are things that are not indigenous to Trinidad that we would need. Like, for example, there's something, look at moringa. Moringa is called, what? Saijan. The Indians call it Saijan, and who call it moringa? I think the moringa was either someone of the Ghanaians or Nigerians or something. But of course, it's an African nation. But look at the thing, same plant, different terminology, different name, but the nutrient component is the same. But that plant is not indigenous to a lot of countries. So if, let's say, the properties, which the property of moringa is very good for insulin, in terms of helping in the production of insulin. It's very good for hypertension in terms of cleaning the arteries. It does have some adaptogenic properties, which means it has the ability to help the body deal with stress and address stress. So in a situation like that, and then you have, for example, there's something known as ashwagandha. There's a product that we carry at Batson & Associates called Nerve Restore. It's a combination of ashwagandha, kava, and alma, which is Indian gooseberry. The property combination I like for ashwagandha is not indigenous to Trinidad, but it has some serious properties. So that's just to help you to understand how supplementation is so important. So don't let nobody trap you in that foolishness and that nonsense. Because as I say, we have lower quality food. We have too much issues as it relates to pollution and genetically modified food and that type of thing and the air quality. So the thing is, we need to stack the odds in your favor. So if you have 15 things against you, what you need to do? Not get 18 to go against that. So you beat the odds. It's a numbers game we playing at the end of the day. So don't sit down ignorant and foolishly in this big modern day and age where so if people just aggravate you living daylight sort of thing. I just want to know if you're living under a rock or you're just, again, you mustn't call people stupid, but yeah, is something gonna be wrong with you? They need to check your pulse or something. You think not right with you. You need to, according to a friend of mine, they need to call in a forensic pathologist and check your pulse. Something wrong with you. If things like that not resonating with you. And the thing is, that is an issue that is predominantly men, because of course we have it. And let me tell you something, let me go even further without causing any controversy. It is even more distinctly common among men of a particular ethnicity. And the ethnicity is the ethnicity that I belong to. So if you all only have good eyes and you all see my hair, you'll realize this is not Dr. Batson is not an average Negroid. At least, I mean, I have some mixed something inside and a little Indian, a little French Creole, and that kind of. See when I come into my head? Dada. This year, you see the condition right now? I need to see. You see my face? You see what's going on here? Yeah. Da. You can't get more Negroid than me. So, you know, it kind of a little more among us than the others. So that says about your psyche and your level of humility, because we're not, that's our next issue we have. But as I say, I don't want to cause any controversy and divert from the topic at hand. Right, people? So, you know, with that being said, feel free to give us a call or visit. You could visit any one of our locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We also on the corner of Ramsonwood Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Bebe. We are also in Red Edge Mall. Red Edge Mall is Western Main Road, St. James. And those of you in Tobago, the lovely sister, of course, we cannot forget you. You are in the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. I know Tobago, I dropped the ball a little bit with you all, but I'm going to make sure and make up for that in the new year, because we're trying to get that new office up and running. So, you know, we're doing all the offices, and of course, you know, we only have one particular set of workmen that we deal with. So we had to wait, and then with this COVID situation and that kind of thing. So you all will get your new office, God's willing, at least by the end of January. I promise you all that. So bear with me. I know you all didn't see me too much this month, and even because of the COVID situation, I would have normally gone every week. I had to push it back to like every 3 weeks and that kind of thing. So I know we have some making up, but the love's still there. Don't forget us. Those telephone numbers, and of course the office is still operating. You all have products. You could always call Latoya, and you know, we'll make sure and get things organized. Those telephone numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. 314-9975. Keep in mind that 314-9975 is our WhatsApp contact. So if you need to type messages, if you need to send in your orders for your delivery, that kind of thing, there's a delivery number we have as well, but I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it is on our Facebook page. So you can always get that, and the locations, the telephone numbers, that kind of thing. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, your natural, you know, I tell people we the solution. I mean, and that's not bragging. I mean, that's some other fellas out there good, but I mean, class is class. Class is class. I have my resume behind me, very impressive. As I always tell people, I could fill the National Stadium with testimony, and I'm not exaggerating. My name good. And, you know, people who know me, you know, before we open the lines, they know I am no nonsense person. Don't come by me and waste my time. What you'll be wasting is my time and your money.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's worse for me, because you could get back money. You could never, ever, nobody could ever give you back time. Nobody. Always
True.
Remember that.
Very true.
The time, nobody could give you back that. The time that you spent last night sleeping, we will never get back those hours. Never, ever, ever, ever. So anybody who wastes your time, they have robbed you. I don't know. I think that's the most heinous crime in the world. Yeah. You can waste your money. Money is materialistic. You can get that back. You could never. You could take a man in a situation, but the COVID business boss, but the man had a little life and some determination. Like me, a little bad mind. You're going through. You get it. You're coming back again. Money. So you could always get that back, but you could never get back time. So do not waste my time, and do not waste your hard-earned money, because if you're coming by us, I is a serious man. I don't play games. You need to change your diet if you're drinking coffee, which is more oxidative and more disgusting and distressful than anything else, and you want to get better, you're not making sense. The only people who do the same thing over and over, expecting different results, are what? Mad people. One of the most intelligent men in the 21st century said that, Albert Einstein. And think about it, it is the height of insanity, where you will be fooling yourself, doing the same nonsense on a daily basis. You're eating foolishness. You're not drinking water. You are drinking, I don't know what it is going on with all them soft drink and them. I don't know if they need to beat all in on their head. I don't know if they need some slap. I don't know if they don't read. I don't know if they dotish. I don't know if they dance. I don't know what it is. Yeah, come on for it today. Because I was a little under the weather last week before that day. Yeah, a little bubble. Don't worry, it wasn't COVID. I think I was just overworked, because I definitely need some rest. But you know what it is say. You deal with that in the new year. But the point I'm making is that no, that's nonsense. You're not in that shippiness. I know people who are cancer, you are lung cancer and you're still smoking cigarette. You should have been living in my house. Take what I tell you, police would have called me for you. Because we would have some serious problems. I might have chained you up or something like that. Because you have to be none. You have to be mad. I'm madness. You have arthritis, rheumatoid, osteo. You always in pain. Your knee always hot in you. You're working with the meteorological office. If a hurricane coming, you know first. Because you have all the pain. Your knee hot in you, your head hot in you, your eye hot in you, your toe hot in you, your heel hot in you. Somehow you feel like fire under your foot. Thing burning you. When you tell people, people feel you're mad because you're behaving like thing walking on you. You know the old people have a saying, you have junjuni feeling. So you feel like thing choking you whole day. You are jumpy on you. What is your situation? Why would you want to be living like that? And you're still drinking coffee? No, only wicked all this. Something you could never like something, whether it's chocolate, coffee. Well, don't talk about all the sharp people, or what is the next set? What is the soft drink people I don't understand? I don't understand. I don't want to call brand and name, but some of them things. I have known nobody, whatever, what color soft drinks they have? What is the popular colors? They have red, they have blue,
they're black.
They have, oh right, they have black. Yeah, and think and the black. Yeah. See Mr. Black? That's the trouble one, eh? But listen to me, when you drink that nonsense and you go to the bathroom and you urinate, do you ever see black? Think about it. Think about it. Imagine when you're drinking like beetroot, which is a natural thing. The color of your urine don't change?
Yeah.
It does. If you drink turmeric, the color of your urine will change. If you drink even ginger.
Yeah.
You imagine you are drinking a beverage that is black in color, and when you urinate, you do not urinate black. Do you imagine? Think about it. Think about it.
Where the color going?
Where the color? You know the kind of work your kidney and liver had to do to deal with that nonsense. What are you doing yourself? You have to be stupid. Plain talk bad manners. That is nonsense. You want licks, you want coffee in your neck, something wrong with you. I don't understand how people just do the self-them kind of thing. And then you want to come to me now and tell me that you want to lose weight without exercise. Wrong, doctor. Go buy somebody else with that foolishness. Don't come and waste my time. Because you'll come and spend your money, and then we're not the most expensive, but I'm not the cheapest either. I spend my money, I bring good stuff, I source good stuff. Ask anybody that. We have I could call products off the top of my head, and we never have enough. Ioptics formula, Santulan, which is the 7-channel detox. Alkagen water, premium alkaline water. Nerve restore, master product. You have problems sleeping? That product will deal with you. You have anxiety? Fixing. You have problems with stress, like real stress. You are CEO or director of a company, or you're married to a miserable woman or a miserable man. You are real stress. That helping you and all. You will sleep. You'll get inner peace. That when they're upsetting you, they just want to tell them all kind of thing. As we just say how the mother make them and thing. It is just breathing. That product will just make you relax. Take what I'm telling you. If a boss is a devil, you need to get a bottle of Nerve Restore. Then we have a product called Optimizer. Optimizer deals with eyesight primarily. So that's high antioxidant. So that's made with something called pycnogenol, which is an extract from pine bark. So that dealing with eyesight, cognitive function. If it is again Parkinson, if you feel you're starting to forget, you're going in the fridge and you're putting the sardine in the fridge and you're putting the cheese in the cupboard, and you know some people like that. Yeah, it has some people, and you put on the keys and you're quarreling with everybody for your key, and this time it's because the key in your pocket, or worse yet, your glasses. You know, it has some all, you're quarreling for my glasses, and the glasses on your face. When you start to get those type of moments, you need Optimizer. Then we have inflammation formula. Well, oh God, don't talk about that. That never, my head always hurting with that. Because the supplier, right now, we tell them, hey, this ain't working. We only need to send. Because it's not like if we're not sending the order, you know, it's that they don't have enough to fulfill what we want. That's to tell you. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, we have teas for high blood pressure. We actually got teas in stock, and we're actually going to get more teas. That's our next thing. We carry a line of tea, second to none. Think what I'm telling you. We have been carrying those teas about since I've been in business, 11, 12 years now. And watch me, we never have enough circulation. Imagine you can drink a tea for circulation. You can drink a tea to help your kidney. You can drink a tea to help your male function. You can drink a tea to help your prostate. So what? The muscle, and there is work. There is work. And people, nobody ever buy that, ever come and say, hey, boy, this thing in work, this come back for more. This be making noise. Right now, that set we get there, I sure by next week that finish. So we ain't bringing no foolishness. You're dealing with serious people here. So it's just a matter of us putting in the work, doing the right thing, doing the little application, and then of course I have to mention, because we're gonna go to the lines now. I have to mention you have to deal with the other aspects of health, which is your spiritual aspect, which is your supramental or your subconscious mind. Then you have to deal with your mental aspect, which is your conscious mind, and you have to deal with your vital aspect, which is your energy body. That's your energy. That's your chakra and those type of things, your balance. And then the last body is your physical body. But the other bodies to the top is what is affect. There's a saying in integrative medicine called downward causation. So it means that the causes up on top, one spiritual out, and that's our next whole conversation as to spirituality. And when we talk about spirituality, we're not talking about religion. I was always confused that. Spirituality is not religion. Spirituality is the ability to connect to a higher being, and a being higher than yourself that you know exists. You know, whether it is you bounce your head, you're mad, and you say it's atheist, it had nobody walking on the face of the earth could not reason and acknowledge some higher entity other than man. We didn't come here just so. Never, never, never happened. Don't nobody fool you with that nonsense and talk. I failed a paper in biology when I was younger in school because I told my biology teacher evolution is foolishness and nonsense. And I am not writing on something that is a lie. That is nonsense. How you could come from nothing? You're mad? Anything that you own, an underwear, a shirt, or article of clothing, a vehicle, a house, a chair, a laptop, a phone, where did you get it? Did it just appear?
It was created.
It was created. And listen to me. There's a difference between the word create and what word we could use, boy? Make. Or we could go even more modern to in terms of making or manufacturing. There's a whole different connotation. If you go to Latin root and if you're a linguist person, I think you will understand how powerful the word create means. It is literally to bring from nothing something into existence. No man on the earth could do that. So where we come from? Gases and so right. So that is why spiritual. That's why the spiritual body is the most important body. Don't anybody fool you with that. So that's what spirituality is, to be able to connect to a being that you know. And there's not me preaching here, but one thing the Bible says, or a word that even is not only in the Bible, because you'll find it in the Quran, with the new translation, you'll find it in the Bhagavad Gita, all these books that they use, different religion. Faith. Where's the meaning of faith? They tell you faith is the assured expectation of things hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities do not yet be held. So understand what that is. Faith is the assured expectation. So you know that you expect A or you believe it, you know for sure that that is true. The assured expectation of things hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities do not be held. So you personally, based on your behavior, demonstrating that you're working towards that, even though it has not come to fruition as yet. Understand what it is I'm saying there? And that is simply what that means. So that was, I try not to get too technical in the aspect of what that is. So once those four bodies on top of in problems, you know a problem. You're living in a house with somebody, you don't like them, you don't like your sister, you don't like your children, you don't like your mother. You just borrow money and don't pay back. Well, also is the most blighted people that have. Also is seen all the way. Blight. The Bible tells you that. Don't owe a man a single thing except love. Do not borrow people money and not pay them back. If it is you cannot pay them, call them and say, hey, here, a thing bad, I cannot pay you. Even if it is you have to pay them $1 every day for 10 years, pay them. That is a blight. Take what I'm telling you. Note anybody in your life or people who you know who does like to owe plenty people. They cannot see the way they blight. They tie up. That's energy. You know why? All them people money you borrow, or in fact, we can't say borrow again, your thief, they just be thinking about you. They just be talking about you. They might be praying for you to dead. They must be praying for you to dead. So that all that negative energy coming to you, because we talk about what? the vital body, the energy body. Energy is a serious thing. So when you have all this negative energy, people, imagine somebody getting up every morning and praying for you to dead. That is not a good thing.
No.
So how you could see your way? You cannot see your way. So do not owe people money. Take my advice. Take my advice. I always tell people, and I tell the people that when I see my way, me don't rob nobody. I'm not going through that. Right? So with all that sort of talk I talk this morning, I hope I touch a nerve. I hope you all, at least feel to do something better for yourself. Drink a hot cup of tea, start drinking more water. As I always tell people, only don't to come by Batson, because I cannot deal with everybody. If only know, if you call for appointment in my office now to see me personally, you might get August next year. And that's in any office. Right?
Yeah.
So I can't deal with everybody, so everybody can come by Batson. But at least get a little common sense and learn to take better care of yourself. That's all I just tell people, to learn to take better care of yourself.
Yes.
Because just the other day I was having a conversation with my mother, and one of the things we were saying, I say, Mom, because my mother is a nurse, or in fact she was a nurse, she's retired now, and she was a nurse for years, like 30-something years. And she worked almost in every hospital in this country. And one of the things that she was saying, I say how people just end up complicated. There's a saying like that. Oh, good, I complicated, So when they're complicated, you know what I mean? They are diabetes, they are high blood pressure, they are kidney problems, so they might be on a dialysis machine. They might be an amputee. They're complicated. But how in God's name do you end up complicated? How you end up like that? Let me tell you something. Sickness is cumulative or progressive. It comes over a period. You don't get diabetes in one day, you don't get it up a day, eat a chocolate and the next day you have diabetes. Then all of you have sugar. Thing don't work so.
True.
It's nonsense over a period of time builds up.
Yeah.
What do you think hypertension? And let me tell you something, a lot of time hypertension have nothing to do with salt. Sodium and salt is two completely different things, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I just tell them, of all the ailments that it has, the worst, if we was to pick, what's the worst disease or worst issue, is high blood pressure. Take my advice. High blood pressure will, you know why? High blood pressure is a killer. High blood pressure don't play. That's an assassin.
Yeah.
You will go to sleep, and if you are hypertensive, and your hypertension is your symptom, right? That's your mosquito. That is not the stagnant water. Your stagnant water could be most likely gastrointestinal problem. You'll have numerous issues in different organ systems. So your gastrointestinal system will be out because your colon is the most important organ. Your gastrointestinal system is the most important system in your body. Then your central nervous system is also going to be out. Your circulatory system is going to be out as well. Your liver will be seriously in issues. Sick people, pressure people, and sugar people, all them sick people, arthritis, all the liver. So when you have all those issues culminating, that is why over a period of time you now end up in this situation. But the problem with hypertension is that you could go to sleep and then you don't get back up. You get a stroke. Your blood pressure could elevate so much in your sleep that it can actually kill you. You can suffer a brain aneurysm. You can suffer, which comes from blood clots and those type. All kind of things can happen to you. Various type of, you could suffer strokes. There's something known as a TIA, which is an acronym for transient ischemic attack. You know, most people have stroke and they don't know. Plenty of them walking around there, and they must have about 50 stroke and all, they don't know. And that's why your eyes giving you problems. That's why you always have headaches. Because those strokes cause problems. Right? So when it affects those different organs and organ systems. That's why pressure. Your blood pressure could go so high that there's a condition, I can't remember the medical condition, where you could go blind temporarily because of an excessive elevated blood pressure. You temporarily go blind. I've dealt with patients with it already. They go blind for like 3-4 days, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks. I've known of instances of up to a month, and then the eyesight come back. That is madness. You notice you was blind and now you can see? No. That songing, little. That is not a miracle. That is your body telling you, listen, you are playing the fool, and very shortly I would not be able to help you. That's what your body telling you. You are literally, as my great grandmother used to say, you're playing the thing with the tail. You're playing the thing with the tail.
Yeah. Yes,
so let's open the telephone lines, because I know those you your questions and that kind of thing. And let me see if I can take some questions before, because you know this time is running.
All right, so those numbers to call is 624-7729 or 625-2759. That's 624-7729 or 625-2759. You can also WhatsApp your questions if you want to get onto Dr. Batson at 333-9950. So we have some calls already. We have also some comments coming in. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Hello?
I think we lost that call, yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Batson.
Yes, good morning to you.
This is Mr. Tobago speaking to you again this morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. I've been listening to your program for quite a long time. This morning, you come special. Especially on the
Thank you.
You call, you don't want to say stupid, and the thing you call create and leak.
Yeah.
You properly explain those things properly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And what I want to ask you, Captain, is now when someone fingers and the toes get stuck, what causes that, or what is the remedy for such? May I ask?
Repeat that. What causes here?
Someone 10 fingers and 10 toes started to get black from the tip to come into the tip of the palm.
Right.
What is the remedy, may I ask, for such?
Okay. What that person, that's a sign of serious poor circulation. Because remember, the way the human body designed your circulatory system like a tree, right? So the trunk would be the artery. Then the yes, you can. Yes, yeah, you can, sir. Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, so in terms of that is a sign of poor circulation. That person has very bad circulation, and just which is exactly what I was saying at the genesis of the program. When your cells, which are the basic building blocks, cells give you tissues give you organs give you organ systems, and organ systems collectively give you an entire body. So it's like basics. It's like building a house. You can't build a house without bricks and steel and mortar and all those little integral things, all these small things based on would now create a building, right? So the human body is the same. But the thing is, the basic, because we are living beings. So living means that its systems have to continue. So primarily the removal of waste, which is why the gastrointestinal system is the most important system in the body, because it constitutes two most important functions. One being the assimilation of food, because remember, blood is transporting oxygen and nutrients. The nutrients is coming from the proper digestion or assimilation of food. Then oxygen, which is vitally important. What does oxygen do? Oxygen helps in, once oxygen, the most important surviving element, let me say that, for the human body is what? Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Because oxygen is vitally important to the sustenance of life. Without oxygen, life cannot exist. It is the most important, one of the most important aspects of chemistry, biochemistry. So with that being said, you find that because these people not getting blood, which is transporting this oxygen, these nutrients, to continue life, to clean the cells, you're going to have stagnation. Just as the analogy I use with the water is stagnant. So because of that now, the tissues start to get affected. So the tissues what? The skin. Well, no, the tissue actually is not even the skin. The tissue is part of that because the skin is a whole organ system by itself. That is actually called your integumentary system, which makes up the dermis, epidermis, all your pores, your sweat glands, and all those type of things. That's a whole integral system by itself. So that's why people who have imbalances of the skin, people like with psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, lichen planus, all those type of things, that is as a result of the final symptomology being the integumentary system being affected. Because remember, your skin will take the most amount of liquids in your body. You know?
Yeah.
The most amount of toxins leave your body via which secretion? Not defecation, not urine, what? Sweat. Sweat. So that is one of your most, that's the organ that is taking the most licks. Anytime you see thing wrong with your skin, you're badly off. You're badly off. It's usually an indicator. Now people just come by us, use Santulan, Alkaline water, and when after that, they're about 3 shades lighter, you know. People accusing them of bleach. People accusing them of bleaching and thing, you know. No, serious, I'm not exaggerating. Ask any one of my clients, when you use Santulan and you start drinking the Alkaline water, you literally, your complexion just gets to be like, wait. A lady told me, she said, but Dr. Batson, something was wrong with me. I said, of course. In fact, that's one of the signs of sickness and aging. When your face is very dark, you see people who have very dark faces.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes on their eyes, sometimes you like you see right now, you see what going on. That's because I'm tired. Well, I'm not that tired, but I was dealing with some studies and some kind of thing and research and stuff. So I was up pretty late. But in any case, that fixable. 2 2s, I go see about myself, do a little facial and thing, and I go look like people. But the thing is, if it is you see your on the side of your temple here, your forehead, your cheeks, black, you all of a sudden, how much man dark, 2, 3, 4 shades darker than you. Listen to me, you are dying. You need to start to see about yourself one time. Go and buy some Omega. It means that the lubrication, all that circulatory aspects is starting to diminish. So just as the question the gentleman asked, what causes the blackness is because the cell is dying. You're literally dying from inside out. That's exactly what's going on because of that poor circulation. So how could it be remedied? Because that was fundamentally the question. There are a number of things that you need to do. So what you need to do, you need to stack the odds in your favor. So you need to use things now that are going to start to deal with the circulation. So you need things like nitric oxide. So it has something that we use at Batson Associates called, one of the things we use is a product called, is a nitric oxide product called Proagenine. Very, very good product. We have balanced circulation. We have circulation plus. So now what the focus is on the system that is giving the most amount of problem. However, what we're going to have to do as well, we have to deal with the stagnant water because the poor circulation is the mosquito. You know? Even though we have to deal with that, that is the mosquito. We have to go back. We have to go back. What's going on with your gastrointestinal system? What's going on with your hydration? That's the next thing. Let me before you fast here. Or can someone repeat the numbers? The telephone numbers, my dear, is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Those locations were located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunat. We also on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in David, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, as well as Tobago. Tobago is the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. Now, the 2 numbers I give you would be the basic numbers because we have like about 15 numbers. So I don't even know all of them, in all honesty. So those 2 basic numbers, which will be 222-8261, 222-8261, and we have all that posted up on our social media, and 314-9975 is the WhatsApp number. The international callers could use that primarily. Of course, you put 1868 in front of it because, you know, we don't want all to be wasting on their phone bill. You could send your messages. And, you know, we have worked on actually fixing a lot of those situations because, you know, we are kind of have more staff now and we're doing certain things to ensure, especially that particular core aspect of communication. Right? So you could call, get your information on your delivery, that type of thing. Right. So back to what I was saying with the person, with the situation, the poor circulation, and we need to deal with the backstory. And we need to deal with hydration. I don't know what it is wrong with oil and water. After oxygen, water is the most important, fundamental. You can go months, I believe, months, yes, without food. Yeah. Without food, you cannot go by days without water, you're dead.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
3 days without
3
water.
days. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Even if you was protesting about a highway, you were still in a pool and you were still drinking water. Because if you didn't drink water, you would have dead. Right? I just a side note did. I don't know where that just came in my head. Right? So, water. Ask protesters, people who just do that kind of thing, all in them different countries, you know, India and all about the place, ask them about that. If it's one thing that they make sure and do is drink water. You know why? They don't want to die hunger fast, you know. Check anybody who do hunger fast. In order for you to do a hunger fast, you drink water and you don't eat food. Don't drink water, no. Don't eat pleasure with it. You're dead. Sure. Ask any of them. So don't let nobody fool you with that. So that is a lot of your problem. And don't talk no foolishness and skin up your face and tell me that you are, you know, your health. No, nothing wrong with you. You are walking dead. And you need to start to fix that. You need to start to fix it. You don't like water. The rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 ounces. If you weigh 180 pounds, half of 180 is what? 90. Let me make the maths easier. 160. You weigh 160 pounds, half of 160 is 80. You're supposed to drink minimally for the day 80 ounces of water. If you want to do the maths to liters, you want to check that for yourself. That off the top of my head, that might be about 2.5 liters, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Right? So you minimally, and then where we live in, we're not in Canada, we have a snow. Anytime you feel, the only places is feel cold in Trinidad is where Santa Cruz, Maraval, and in the little hill, them kind of thing. And that is not even coldness. Right? So we live in a tropical country, So because of that, we perspire more, so it means that we need to be drinking more water. And if you exercise, so if you're a person that's going to the gym and lift your little weights, there's a runner, well, if you're a runner, or worse yet, because you become dehydrated very quickly, it means you need to drink even more water. And contrary to popular belief, and let me say before I say that, Batson Associates have very good water, which is available at any one of our offices. It's a premium alkaline water called Alkagen, which is exclusive to us. So anyway, you see Alkagen water that belongs to us, we can answer for that. I can't answer for anybody else's water. Because you don't have a set of them out here now. And what they're telling you, you're having there is not what you're having there in some cases. But we wouldn't get involved in that. But in any case, so you have a premium alkaline water, pH anywhere between 8.5 at this game. I don't tell people no exact pH because it's a range you'll get. We fall anywhere between a little about 8 to 9.2. 9.5 if you're lucky. And then depending on how we do our production, we don't put a bottle or set of water and put it down and leave it there. It's be fresh thing or it's be getting. There are regular cycle that we have that we just operate with. I don't make joke with that kind of thing. So when you start to drink Alkagen water, the first thing you realize, well, wait, but I pee more. Why I go in the washroom so often? Good. This thing had me peeing. You know why? Because water has a particle size. Alkagen water has something called ORP, which is an acronym for oxidative reduction potential, which means the water is an antioxidant water. So if the most fundamental, or the second most fundamental component for the human body or requirement is water, oxygen being first, then you understand the dynamics of why it is so important for that to be there. Because if you don't have that, you're in problems. That is the basic aspect. And one of the things a lot of people have to understand is that other beverages do not compare to water. So that is the thing with that Alkagen water, with that ORP, which is why you're going to urinate so much. Another thing too, the size of the water, the particle size of the water is much smaller. A lot of people do not know water have clusters, you know.
Yeah.
So the particle size of Wassa water, as opposed to other bottled water, which is not alkaline, and alkaline water is completely different particle size. We even done talking about, you know, no toxins, so no chlorine and all them things come out of the water. Because serious thing. So there are a number of things that make that water better than most. If you can afford it, you can afford it, and it's not expensive. Right? So that is what it is you need to do. So once it is the dehydration aspect, and the point I was making too is that other beverages don't replace water. So some people say, well, okay, I'll drink 8 cups of coffee, so there's more water. No. That's one of the, I don't know how people rationalize that in their mind. Your kidney has to do a lot of work. That's why I was saying in the beginning, all who like to drink all them black salt drink and red juice and yellow thing, and I see they have some energy drink there, I see them colors. That don't even exist in nature. I always tell people, if it didn't look natural, I don't want it, you know. The blue for some of them sports drink is not the blue. Look at the blue. You could get a better blue than this guy. And then people just get some kind of electric blue. What is that? You're not seeing that in the color. I mean, maybe it's there, because I am sure it's there. But maybe in some rainforest, it might have some butterfly or some flower or something that might be that. But look which part I live in Trinidad, I will never see that. So why it is you doing yourself that? And that is the problem that a lot of people. You have to know what you're putting in. So give us a call. You could actually start the Alkagen water. We also have a Santulan product, which is a 7-channel detox. So that actually cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. We also have an eye drop, which is a master eye drop called Eye Optics Formula, all natural product. It is actually like an eye detox, where it actually cleans the cells of your eye, improves. So people who use the eye drop, when they start to use it, when they get up in the morning, they see like big yampy, the eyes sticking up together and thing. Simply because of how the eye drop actually starting to remove a lot of mucus, because mucus is something that is cause problems. You know? Cataract, what do you think cataract is? Mineral buildup on the lens of the eyes. And a lot of people do not know that one of the, where's the 3 ways? Let me make sure I have it. Or I should say, what are the ways toxins enter your body? Toxins could enter your body dermally, which is through your skin. The easiest places is the palm of your hand, the sole of your feet, your scalp. This, you see this? You could kill yourself for this. All of the lovely ladies who we like to see. But I don't like women with red and blue and yellow here. I don't know. Unless you're trying to be a superhero or something. I can't see how that making sense. There's nothing interesting about that. But that's me. There's some people like them kind of thing, right? There's some fellas go off for them things. If that as a result of doing it. So that's to tell you how serious it is. So that point was just to drive home how things enter the body. So dermally, as I said, palms under the sole of your feet. This, the next way they enter is respiratory. So through your nostrils. And then the last way is through your eyes, ocularly. So toxins enter your body via your eyes. Always remember that. So that's why the old people long time used to have like eye wash and those type of things. Because your eyes, after a while, the pores could become clogged up. Cataract, glaucoma, detached retina. Because your eyes not breathing. Same thing we talk about. What we starting to get? Stagnant water. So from the time the water stagnant, the cells not moving, you don't have proper circulation, you don't have proper aeration, you don't have proper oxygen, you don't have proper hydration. What starts to happen? The body starts to deteriorate. You now create an environment that is conducive to sickness, conducive to blindness, conducive to memory problems, conducive to things like Parkinson, Alzheimer's, dementia, right? So you can feel free to give us a call or visit. You could call the office, get the information. Anyone could use the Alkaline water. Anyone could use the eye drop once you have not done eye surgery within the last 2 months. Right? If you have done eye surgery, well, then you need to make sure and go through your normal protocol with your eye drops, with your antibiotics, those different solutions that you may have been given based on the surgery that was done. And once you finish that, then you could use the Eye Optics formula. Alkaline water, all the offices, you could get information from that. We also have delivery. So you could call on the road delivery. Those international clients, well, you're always starting to deal with y'all, but it have so much of y'all. There's a line, to have a queue. We're dealing with these international clients to start shipping while we do work on all this website and this thing with this credit card and all. You know, there's plenty of work. Those things seem to be easy, but they're not. There are a lot of technicalities involved in those things, and we need to make sure and dot our I's and cross our T's. So when we up and running, you're getting what you need to get. Okay? So let me give you those telephone numbers again: 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. 314-9975. So let's see if we can answer some more questions.
All right, we have a call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning again. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Dr. Batson.
Morning, how you doing? Why do you sound like Suzanne so?
Dr.
Uh-huh.
I told you how much I love you. Why is this one? You come on the air. How much that's good, sir? What's that one?
Wait, just why I come on the air with what?
I'm beating me up just for me. I know that.
What? Suzanne, how you mean that? Yeah, your conscience, but in here.
It fall in your garden, Suzanne.
Yeah. Don't worry, but it's not you alone, eh? Everybody get a share now. I hope you're not one of them people who just borrow and don't pay back, eh?
Oh, but no, honey. If someone asks, I do what your business.
Yes, my
Do
dear.
you have circulation tea?
Yes, we have gotten circulation tea, my dear. We have.
Let me tell you, because I had surgery about 3 months ago.
Right.
And whatever it did, my right leg was so heavy. Now I'm having problems with my right leg.
Okay.
You know, so I need to get circulation tea. Another question is, because I was on so much antibiotics, can I do Santalan?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I can take
You
it.
could do the alkagen water and the Santulan.
Okay, so I need to flush this all.
Yeah, all the you had to flush. You had to flush all of that out of your body.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I should love you, Dr. Batson.
Yes, the love is here. I totally appreciate the love, man.
You don't have to pick love, so.
Yeah. No, I was in a mood this morning. What's that, sorry? What was that, sorry? Repeat that in here.
Remember she had a special tea, especially for me?
Yes. Suzanne tea?
No, it wasn't Susan.
Yeah.
Stubborn Susan.
Stubborn Susan, yes, correct. A tea for stubbornness. Don't worry, it's in processing the packaging and thing. By next year you will have it.
Okay, I'm like, what's going on with Dr. Batson this morning?
Yes.
And anyhow, I'm doing something, I'm just saying, I'm doing better. I promise I am doing better, but the cough just called my name, Dr. Batson.
I know, but you must develop a particular frequency to just lock off that. Yeah.
I'll try. All right, Linda, bye.
Bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, let me see. I have Dr. Batson, so we're going, it's now 10 o'clock.
Right.
We have some questions here. I don't know if you can get into some of them.
Yeah, we could quickly, that's no problem, yeah.
You see, someone says, Dr. Batson, I practice good oral hygiene, but still have a bad breath. What's your thoughts on this situation?
All right. Well, again, the bad breath or halitosis, however you want to call it, is the mosquito. So we need to deal with your stagnant water. What do you think your stagnant water is? Gastrointestinal. Most people who have issues with, breath and perspiration and that type of thing, as I say, we have to clean from inside out. So you have 7 channels of elimination: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So if you're getting that, it means we need to address that. So you need to get some alkagen water, Santulan. As I tell persons, if you're dehydrated, which means if you wasn't drinking your body weight divided by 2 in ounces consistently every day for the last 30 days, then you're dehydrated.
Yeah.
It means you need to become hydrated. So we suggest you use the alkagen water first so that you don't end up with what we call healing crisis. Healing crisis is when toxins try to leave the body faster than you would like them to leave. So we don't want you to end up with a lot of side effects, a lot of headaches, a lot of nausea, a lot of problems with your skin because the toxin. Yeah, because what happens? That's why your parents used to give you cooling before you get purge. Right? So that's primarily what it wants. You don't want to create a scenario where we need National Stadium and we have how much ever people in National Stadium could hold 40,000, 50,000, and everybody trying to come through a normal size door. That's chaos, madness. That is exactly what healing crisis looks like. You don't want that. So that's why you need to do that. You do the Santulan. There's also a product we have called Advanced Chlorophyll. Very, very good product. It's a very good detoxifier for the body. That will help you too as well. What will help you as well too? A digestive balance. Yeah, that will also help as well because that'll start to fix the gastrointestinal system, help with the digestion. So it will make the elimination of waste easier. So it would be like a maintenance aspect too as well. So that's what you can do there.
We have another person. I think the answer more or less would be similar. Allergies. What can you do to heal allergies?
Allergies, people are people with bad livers. Your liver is very toxic because your liver is the organ. Your liver would recognize certain chemicals as toxic, and hence you have what is known as an allergic reaction to it. Yeah. It's simply an indication that you have toxins present that have no right to be there.
Yeah.
And as a reason, because remember, once chemicals are present that are not supposed to be there, it's going to react with other things. So it's going to give you a reaction, and the reaction this time is the body or the liver telling you, listen to me, this is toxic, it has no right to be here, and it starts raising all the alarms, all the inflammatory situations, and that's fundamentally where inflammatory issues come from, and gastrointestinal system and your liver, So That's what you need to pay attention to.
Haven't someone else asking what kind of tea can they drink at home on a daily basis if they don't have the tea that you are selling?
Okay, that's a very good question. Ginger is a good tea. Turmeric is a good tea. The only problem with ginger and turmeric is that you don't want to use large amounts. The problem with a lot of people is they don't understand measurements. They don't understand potency, efficacy. You could knock yourself out with those things. Right? Remember, this is the raw form, eh? So, you know, I always tell people, you know, a little piece, like maybe about a half an inch of ginger, grate in a cup. And you could do it, you know, you could do them things intermittently. You might do ginger today, you could do turmeric tomorrow. You do it's a bush. We live in a country. It's a bay leaf. You have make tea. I am always that person. I'm an advocate of tea and tea drinking as it relates to health, based on my understanding of anatomy and physiology and Chinese medicine. That's why the Chinese people are some of the healthiest people in the world, and because
and some of the slimmest people.
Exactly so, and that's because of tea. Those are two things that tea is actually responsible for as regards to that particular ethnicity of people. Even look at India. India generally, in India really don't have no sort of fat people. When you really think about it, they're usually very, very slim people. And that's because, again, they have a culture of drinking a lot of teas. Teas contain tannins, and tannins help with so many other aspects of health in the body. So, you know, a little bush tea, you know, a little sour sup, a little mix it up. But you will definitely get some benefits from doing that. Drink, and then hot beverages balance your gastrointestinal system. Cold is not even antiquated is the word I want to use, but it is something. Don't do that. Don't do yourself that. Cold significantly damages your body internally. It interferes with your digestive system. It interferes with your metabolism. It interferes with your organ. It affects your cold beverages. It affects your heart. Some always be drinking cold. Always fall along with heart attack. You don't do those foolishness. Not cold. So that's just show you how temperature, pH, how those things affect the body. So obviously, if you have a habit and you have a bad habit, you always drinking cold water, you expect to be healthy. How can nothing wrong with you? If it ain't wrong with you yet, you know the old people say, you know, what they miss here, pass you.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I see we have another question. Do you recommend taking 12 milligrams of pure xanthin daily?
Okay. This person sent me back to school. What it is? Pure xanthin?
Pure xanthin.
How do you spell that?
Purzanthin.
Listen to me. Usually I could answer any question that people ask me, but I have my moments. Spell it again for me.
Purzanthin. Pure xanthin.
Right. Let me see what it is. Oh, okay. So pure xanthin apparently is a supplement that has astaxanthin in it. Okay, well, yeah, that will work. Astaxanthin, because astaxanthin is an antioxidant. So it helps significantly. Okay, right. So, okay, well, that's why I didn't hear about it. I actually thought it was a condition. Right.
A
brand, because that's the thing, a lot of things, and I'm very brand specific in what I look at and things. So definitely, there's actually a product that we have that has astaxanthin in it, which is why it works so good. And that product is Krill, the Krill Omega, which is very difficult to get. You don't really get that in the country. So we just got it. We just got a shipment, so we'll have that in offices like about next week. We'll have. But astaxanthin is a mega antioxidant, and we know what antioxidants are, right? So astaxanthin is like one of those powerhouse antioxidants. Just like the master, well, it's not just like, but the master antioxidant in the body is glutathione, and glutathione is actually produced in the liver. So once you're using things with astaxanthin in it, it would significantly reduce oxidative stress or inflammation or inflammatory response in the body. So definitely go through with your supplement.
That's right. Let me see. Let's get this one in. I have been suffering from trigeminal neuralgia.
Trigeminal neuralgia.
Terrible anxiety. Can you help with this? I had pain since 2014.
Yeah, we could help you with that, man. Trigeminal neuralgia is nerve. What's it, boy? I wouldn't say it's nerve. Well, it's nerve damage, yes. And as a result of the damage, the associated effect is what is known as trigeminal neuralgia, because there's a nerve in this part of your face here called the trigeminal nerve. And when that nerve is affected, you get this neuralgia situation. So some people like that, their face actually looks slightly drooped. Yeah, and those type of things. They have the pain is astronomical. I mean, I have never had it, but just based on my understanding of anatomy and physiology and how that central nervous system works, is a hella painful thing. Very, very, very terrible. But I've helped people in the past. I've had like maybe about 3 clients with that. Some people I dealt with Southside, and they got very, very good results. At least 2 of them, it went completely, and one, and I think the reason why her didn't go completely is that she had surgical work done. So it was already damage to the body, permanent damage to the nerves because of the surgical procedure. So she got a lot of relief. Her relief maybe was like about 75%. And even up to now, she takes products from us, specific products, things like the optimizer, the nerve restore. So I can help you with that, man. I can definitely help you.
All right, someone is asking, when will the Alkaline water and the Santulan will be available?
We have those in stock already.
Money Talks building.
At Money Talks building, it's there. They have.
Right.
We have stock in all the offices.
Hi, what's the delivery number? And do you have tea for the eyes and any cleansers?
Yes, we do. We have Santulan. We actually have eye tea. And we have circulation tea. The delivery number, you can call the 314-9975, 314-9975, or the 222-8261. I don't know, Shakil. At some point in time, Shakil, if you can get it, tell me if you could get it. You'll be able to get the delivery number for me?
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, well, get it for me now, please.
Yes,
right, so at some point in time, when Shakil gets it, I'll give you guys it. Right, but as I said, 222-8261, 314-9975. And I'll give you the next one just now. Okay.
Good morning, doctor. What is your opinion on MSM for the eyes?
Very good product. We carry it. I carry it. I think I was one of the first people bringing that here. It's very good because MSM, which has a very long name, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce right now, helps with the tissues in the eyes. It also helps to actually make the eye tissue more absorbable and more, it aerates the eyes. So it makes it easier for what I was discussing earlier, which is the oxygen exchange, which is the blood circulatory exchange and that type of thing. So once you're getting it, because think about it. It's like if you live in a house, right? And you never open the windows, what go on with you inside of it? That place will smell stink. And not stink because you have something nasty in there, no. But it's just the mere fact that the house will fall apart. Listen to me. You don't know. Let me give you a perfect example at the point I'm making here. And how life and frequency is such an important thing. Do you know that if you have a house, right? And the house is unoccupied, and it remains unoccupied for a very long period of time, what happens to the house?
It begins to rot.
Yeah, it literally deteriorates. It becomes dilapidated. And listen to me, it literally breaks down.
Yeah.
People, breathing, talking, energy, vibration is what keeps a house. So it is better, which is why it's obvious. There are people who live abroad and they have to rent their house out. Beautiful houses. And the thing is, they just don't put no, they just don't, oh, thank you. Shaki, give me the delivery number. I'll give you guys it just now. Yeah, they just don't, they wouldn't put any riffraff in the house. But if they're renting those houses, they will rent the house cheap because it's better to have somebody living in the house, living, breathing people moving around, than leaving the house abandoned or vacant. Because eventually the property itself will deteriorate. And when I say that, I'm talking about the walls, the windows, everything will start to deteriorate because of the lack of that frequency of living people and movement and sound inside of that house. So that's just to give you an example of how vitally important frequency and vibration is. If you take human beings and put them in bunkers or put them under the ground, during war, they had bunkers, right? Everybody below the ground got sick. There was a doctor that did an experiment some years ago to prove this theory where he took persons and put them below the ground. But at that particular point in that, they had something like a silo. Well, it wasn't a silo, it was like a tunnel that would allow them. It was not tunnel, sorry, it was like a site, something they created, that they could open momentarily. And what they would do is that they keep people under the ground for a certain period of time, and that one portion under the ground and not giving them any of the air, exposure, that type of thing. And the ones that were given the air exposure, when they were given the air exposure to the frequency, they became better. And when they took it back, they got sick. And the people who were not given for a long period of time were very sick. So that's one of they realize how so vitally important frequency and vibration is, which is why the sea is so therapeutic, which is why the mountains, nature, those things, because the frequency, trees, and that type of thing. That's why I think good to have a building. You need to plant a little tree or live in the country. I prefer to live in the country any day, because of that simple philosophy. With this COVID thing, I mean, the government had no other choice. They had to close the beaches, but in all honesty, health-wise, the beaches would have been more advantageous. But I mean, Trinidadians, we don't know how to behave. They will tell 10 all, they go and then I'll have a million there, and or they go have a party. So, but that is the importance of frequency and vibration. Okay?
All right. So if that's it, I believe.
Yes, so our time is up before we so definitely, so let me just say, again, a pleasant good morning to the listeners of Sky 99.5. Always a pleasure to be here. You can listen to me, on Facebook at Batson and Associates Limited. I'm going to continue for maybe about for about an hour, something, because then I have some stuff to organize a meeting here. So, as we always say at let me give you the telephone numbers. You can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. 314-9975. That telephone number for delivery is 373-2388. That's 373-2388. Those of you outside, of course, overseas, of course, you put in 1868, right? Because we actually working, but as I say, there's a line, but at least get your name in the line where we actually shipping out products to persons now and that type of thing. All right? It's a process, but we getting it done. So that delivery number again, 1-868-373-2388. And again, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys. As I said, I'm on Facebook, Batson and Associates Limited, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys on Thursday. Keep in mind, Thursday, we will be on 11 o'clock, we'll be on 103.1 FM, and on, same Thursday at 12:15, we'll be on Akashvani 106.1 FM. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your Sunday morning. God bless. With our Sunday meal, try and have a little salad. Don't put too much pie and potato salad. Bossman, it was a pleasure.
Indeed it was.
Take care of yourself, man.
You too, Dr.
Yeah,
man.
Very knowledgeable. Yeah, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff.
And of course, that's how we wrap it up with Dr. Batson. Join Dr. Batson every Sunday from 9 a.m. right here on Sky 99.5 FM. Call Batson and Associates today to...
Yes, my Facebook family, good morning. How you all doing? So, as usual, we continue our discussion. I'm going to take some of your questions, but I think, let me see how much of your questions I can entertain. Ooh, good. Questions galore. Right, so let me go. Oh, we have a question here that we need to answer. Hey, Dr. Batson, you talk about a particular brand of black seed oil you use. Yes. Oh, yeah. Good. Call her ask. Okay, just I want to search through my phone. Okay, good. No problem, guys. I'm going to give you it in a little bit. All right, so Akil Bruce, Doc, you preaching this morning. Akil Bruce, pleasant good morning. Dean is Seret. Whoa, people should hear you about the money lending. Now Dean stealing. People should not be dishonest, for real. Nigel Foster, good morning, sir. How you doing? Hey, that is the boss, man. This man was my neighbor. Yeah, Nigel, man. Miss Allison Smart, morning. Yeah, I go on there. Okay, yeah. You'll just get back that for me. Yes. So, one of the questions that was asked was regarding the eye optics formula. If it is, we still having If you have problems with what? Macular degeneration, if you will use it. And definitely you can. I mean, with that eye optics formula, remember, one of the things that you're actually doing is addressing the root cause of the situation with the eyes in terms of improving the circulation. Yeah, do what you do. In case of improving the circulation in the eyes overall. And you know, one of the points I was making too, it is actually a very good thing for people who work in oil and gas. Because remember, when you work in oil and gas, you're actually exposed to a lot of chemicals. You know, and a lot of, based on what I was discussing earlier, one of the things that you found is that you get a lot of these toxins going into your eyes. Because those of you who work in oil and gas, like people who used to work Petrotrin, who work in the whole refinery environment and those type of things. I don't want to read and spell for you. You don't know exactly what I'm speaking about. You know, because I've been exposed to those chemicals for so long, and especially from the perspective of your eyesight and stuff, it really does cause problems. So you need to pay very, very, very close attention to that. That could put you in some serious, serious issues. So that's one of the things that the eye drop would help, and it could be used as a preventative measure. Those of you, of course, who paint, people who are welders, people who are hairdressers, nail techs, those type of things, you know, those are some of the things that you need to pay very, 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 very close attention to. Okay? One of the questions as well that we had gotten, someone was asking about the inflammation formula and arthritis. And the thing is, remember, when you're dealing all forms of arthritis, every last one, rheumatoid, osteo, all those type of things, one of the things that you find is that it can significantly affect your bones. So inflammatory, so that's why the inflammation formula is such a good product, because what it actually does is help to improve the inflammatory response over a period of time. Reduces the inflammation. It's not like the steroids, which actually suppress inflammation. Two completely different connotations, right? So that is one of the things that you need to really pay very close attention to. Okay, let me see another question. One of the questions as well that we got, someone was asking, oh, good. Oh, with regards to the Tobago office. Oh, yeah, well, as I said, we have some things to do with that office. So, you know, we're getting everything together. We're getting together your for detox machines. We're getting together your microscopes and all those type of things. So, don't worry. When we sort you out, we'll sort you out very, very well. Okay? Right. So, I'm back up here. Someone is saying, macular hole in the retina. What can you recommend? This is Juicy Smith. Okay. A macular hole in the retina. Okay, so you're going to need some things with a lot of high antioxidants. So Optimizer will help. Nerve Restore. I would use the Omega with the Astaxanthin that we carry. That's what we're getting back in stock this week. That's an excellent product for that particular situation. I would also use the IT and circulation tea. Alkaline water, and you'll have to do a cleanse, Santuan. Once you do that, you're supposed to see eye drop, eye optics formula. You should get some good results with that there. Okay. Miss Marge Hills, Dr. Batson, good morning. How are you? You get a virtual consultation. Yes, actually, that we have started that as well too, but that is our line. So if it is Miss Hills, sorry, you know that you sent us a message. Do send us a message again on that 1-868-314-9975 number, 1-868-314-9975 number, and we will address that for you, right, my dear? All right. Miss Amy Grant, good morning. Okay, Miss Janelle Gans is saying, how can you gain weight when you have the irritable bowel syndrome? Okay. Well, the thing is, irritable bowel syndrome is an inflammatory bowel condition. So you have things like irritable bowel syndrome, which is IBS. You have Crohn's disease. You have diverticulitis, and you can have a number of other issues associated with the intestines. The thing is, I am going based on maybe you are assuming in most cases that people with IBS usually have a lot of bowel movements. where they go to the washroom like 15, 16 times in a day. Sometimes you're not passing anything, you're passing a lot of fluid, you're passing a lot of blood and that type of thing. So you think because of that constant going, you should lose weight? Not necessarily. If you have a bad hormonal balance situation, then you wouldn't really lose any weight. You know, that could contribute to what appears to be or maintaining the excess weight that you have. Okay. All right. Melissa Rampasad is saying, what do you recommend for someone with Coons Syndrome? Yeah, you spell that correct? That's not. Well, let me. If I tell you, I don't know what's the name of that. So you spelled it CONN' syndrome. All right. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to answer next week. I'm not familiar with it. Let me just check it first here. After God is Google. So we're going to save ourselves that time. I'm hoping you wrote it correctly. Yes, Coons Syndrome. Oh, okay. So based on what it's saying here, it's saying that Coons Syndrome, which is known as primary aldosteronism, also called Coons Syndrome, is a rare condition caused by the overproduction of the hormone or aldosterone that controls sodium and potassium in the blood. The condition is treated with control blood pressure and in some cases surgery. Okay. Ooh, well, I'm going to have to do some more research on this. But it's actually the first time I heard about this, in all honesty. It have over 50 or 60,000 named diseases. So I don't know about everything. So I'm going to have to do some research, but I believe I could. I believe I could because, I mean, as I said, we're not dealing with the mosquito, we're dealing with the root cause, with the stagnant water. So let me do some research, and I believe definitely about 95% I could answer. No, I believe it should be. Because at the end of the day, we didn't know the body. And fundamentally, those things remain the same with everyone. You know, we are different, yes, but essentially we are the same. Okay? Okay, Miss Jessica Clark. Oh, but I see no kind of thing about your ghost sweet. I get tired of fighting up with them girl and them. All right. Oh, okay. You left me out to fend for myself. Lord, you're not easy, you know. Miss Pamela Moses, good morning. Miss Pamela. Okay, so that Miss Pamela Pinnock. What do you recommend for a gassy gut? Alkaline water, Santulan, digestive balance, digestive restore. Very good products. Okay, all right, Melissa Rampersad said thank you. You're welcome. Let me see. Okay, so this is Yolande Carey Clark. She said, good morning. What can I sweeten tea with? Honey. You can use honey, you can use agave. But remember, those things are concentrated sugar. So what you need to do with that, I mean, it's a healthy option. It's not processed. But, of course, you don't want to use too much. So you can use a little half teaspoon of honey in your tea, a little teaspoon. You know, you wouldn't kill it for that. Or some agave. I like to use molasses, actually. And by saying that, Batson Associates actually have our Equilibrium brand molasses. Very good quality, very reasonable, large size too as well. Organic Blackstrap molasses. I'm going to let Shakil put that back up on our page for us. Not as an ad, but put it back up on the page, or we will discuss it. Right, so you can call and get your information regarding your Blackstrap molasses. Excellent price, excellent quality. Organic Blackstrap molasses. And we now have that available at Batson Associates in big stock. We have plenty. So you all call, organize yourself. You're supposed to know the benefits of molasses, right? Molasses is like a whole food. It has selenium in it, which is very good. And that's a very hard thing to get because most people with cancer are people with selenium deficiency, especially men with prostate cancer. Just things like magnesium, manganese, calcium. Good thing, good stuff, all natural. So you could get that there when you go to pick up your teas. And as I said, we have eye tea, circulation tea, kidney tea, liver tea. We have all things. We have this stuff. My partner is on? Who's that? Oh, Honey Bay, oh my God, my dear, how are you doing? A pleasant good morning to you. I'm playing catch up here because I know you would have most likely messaged earlier. Honey Bay, right here, babes. LOL. When I stop fight for a position that's mine, I stop patrol. They could do they could do what they want now. I hear you, young lady. I hear you. All right. Miss Sherry Ann. So, Honey Bay, you enjoyed the rest of the day, my dear? Yeah. Well, dolls up in that picture today, boy. You come out for them. Miss Sherry Ann Andal. What's for cholesterol? We actually have cholesterol tea. That's a good product. We have the circulation tea will also help. The inflammation formula is also good too. Advanced chlorophyll. We have thing, man. We have thing. Cholesterol is something we have. A majority of the things that we deal with at Batson and Associates could help with cholesterol. Very easy to correct. All right. Let me see. Dr. Batson, can I take echinacea every day? I will like to know, please. Thank you. Yes, you can. The recommended dosage, of course. Ms. Melissa Richards, Dr. Batson, what can be used for youths that are in track and field to maintain strong bones and prevent pain in their legs? That's a good question. What the thing is, what we have to do when we discussing athletes, then in some cases I would have to go and do research. There was a line of products that we carry that were all safe for athletes. And when I'm safe, I'm not saying that what we have isn't safe right now. However, when you're dealing with athletics, there are a lot of supplements that other persons could use that is legal that are banned for athletes, right? I know there's a company I used to do some work with called USANA. They have very good products, and I believe their products, yes, they fall under the category of their products are tested and approved for athletes to take and that type of thing. I think 4Life does the same thing too. And those are lines that we carry. The USANA, and that we don't have in stock right now, but we'll be getting those at the beginning of the year because that's something that comes, and when it comes, it goes. Right? So in a case that I might have to do a little research for you, but yes, we do. We definitely do. Okay? So you can always keep me up to speed with that. All right. Alicia Moses Trim, could you help someone suffering with myasthenia gravis, diabetes? Excuse me. Excuse me. Whoa. Sorry about that. Myasthenia gravis, diabetes, cataract, and glaucoma. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We can help someone with those situations. And what do you recommend to improve eyesight? The IT circulation tea, eye drop, eye optics formula. There are actually eye exercises as well, which you could actually go on after God is Google, YouTube. You will go on YouTube and you can actually look and see that there are exercises they have where they show, where you could do the exercise with the pen and looking at the pen and moving it forward. There are different things that could strengthen your eyes. Okay, good. All right. Gail Williams is saying, hey, Dr. Batson, I have started to use beet water first thing in the morning, and I am doing good or bad. Am I doing good or bad for my body? Well, that wouldn't be a bad thing. What you may need to do is depending on how much water you drink, make sure you're properly hydrated. Because remember, beet has some levels of nitric oxides in it. So if it is your problem with your blood pressure and your blood is not clean, you could end up elevating your blood pressure and do more harm to yourself. So you need to do the questioning as regards to if you're properly hydrated, where you should have been drinking your body weight divided by 2 ounces every day for minimally the last 30 to 60 days. All right? So I hope you understand that. Okay? Mr. Anthony Mattison, recommendations for after COVID recovery. Oh, God, boy. Yeah, definitely. A lot of things. Get your silver. Batson Associates has something called silver with minerals. Listen to me. Boss product. If you don't know about colloidal silver now, you're living under a rock. Very, very beneficial product. Also, the stem cell product that we carry, the pure stem cell, that will help significant with COVID recovery. We had a lot of people who actually had long COVID, and we allowed them to use the silver with the mineral formula with the silver. We allowed them to use the stem cell product. We also threw in some optimizer inside of there and some lungs tea, and they got some very good results. So we are thing, man, Anthony. We are thing. All right. Sherian Marcia Lambert Ball. Hi, Doc. How do you suggest taking black seed oil? Tablespoon a day. Right. Melissa Riches. Bless you, Dr. Batson. Thanks so very much. But Cindy Hoyt, Doc, Jessica Clark had a question above regarding what we can use to block out EMFs. Hey, that's actually a very good question. Let me see if I find it. If not, I'll just go based on the blocking out the EMF, right? Where's EMFs again, man? Well, we don't check now. Oh, I ain't lying. This was the first time since I'm doing program I ever dig up in my phone so much. But you know me, I'm humble. If I don't know, I don't know. I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. So I will go to the ever gracious after God is Google. Okay, good. Okay, right. Electric and magnetic fields. Yeah, okay. Definitely. Okay, yeah, I should have noticed, man. Yeah, so there's things like cell towers and these kind of things. Yeah, well, they're actually frequency technology. We actually have bands that we're starting to carry. I have a very good friend that actually does it, and the bands are made of copper, and it actually helps to block out EMFs, so from your cell phone, things from your TVs, you know, some of them love a cell phone. I remember I see women that have cell phone in the bosom, you know? Well, you know what I mean, right? You know, in your breast, inside of the breast, yeah. Why would you do something like that? That's madness. Why are you putting a phone on your breast? That's madness. And then men have all this phone holding on the pocket, close to your, that close to your private part there, you know? That very close to your scrotum. Whole day, your scrotum warm with this phone close to your stones there. No. Laptops. That's why laptops, you know, they had realized that laptops are just like a bad idea for men. They're killing your sperm. So those things, there are different things that you have to block those out. As I said, we're getting some. And you can also always do some research and get online. They have those things all over the place now, right? There was one that we had. Hey, I actually do some research on that and get back to you guys. And I actually started carrying it, you know, which was a card. Like there was a food card for your refrigerator that will actually keep your food, allow your food to last like 5 times longer. And then there are the ones for the bands, which you could put on your hands, and then the stickers for the exercise and things. So I'm actually going to do some research. But as I said, we have stuff. Okay, good. Okay, someone is saying they wear a shungite stone in the form of a chain and earrings, and that's supposed to help block. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There are so much different stones. I have copper bracelets. I don't have one mine today. I have a few actually. I have like, if I'm ridiculous, sometimes I wear like maybe 4 one time, right? I use it when I'm sleeping a lot because it does help in regenerating. There are a whole host of things that it does. Okay. Miss Sherry Ann Andal is asking, Doctor, can you recommend a place to get the alkaline machine, please? Oh, okay. Miss Andal, yeah, send that question for me on the WhatsApp 3149975 number. Because we actually used to source it for people, but we need to get back in touch with some of those people and that kind of thing. But just remind me on the 1-868-314-9975 number. Okay? So it is now 10:37, and I am actually feeling very, very, very hungry. So we're going to end the program. You know, I'm sorry to go. I promised you all 2 hours, but my belly's starting to talk to me. Okay? So you have your numbers, 222-8261, 314-9975. Always a pleasure to be your company. Always a pleasure to know that, you know, I hope that my information would have helped a lot of you today. Keep in mind, we have next week, Thursday, which is when I'll be on again. And I will be on 103.1 FM. And as well, that will be from 11 to 11:30. And I will also be on Akashvani 106.5 FM on the same Thursdays from 12:15 to 12:45. And I would normally do the lives on those. So, you know, if you don't catch me here, you can catch me there. All right. Those telephone numbers, again, you can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, 314-9975, 314-9975. Bear with us as regards to your overseas orders. We're working on them. So there's a line. So please, two things we're working on as well too is our communication, and know, because I mean we'll be inundated with messages. You probably know how this be sometime, right? But I got the staff, we put certain things in place, we're just waiting on some computers and something, you know, we're fixing all your nice. We're gonna make sure that communication hub is working, we're getting your questions, we're dealing up with things, and we're getting you organized. But have a little patience with us, right? We are work in progress, as we always should be, and all continue to be in all aspects. All right, the number for delivery is 373-2388. That's 373-2388. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks Building. That's Money Talks Building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsey Rouge Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Bebe, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and the Triangle Building in Scarborough. Tobago Sky family, it is always a pleasure. I love you guys. All you know, always my people, eh? You know, always really my people. I have been on this radio station for almost, 10 years now? When I was 7:30, that kind of thing. Always good people, always good response. A pleasant good morning to anyone. It's a long time I haven't talked to McGill. I hope you get your circulation tea, but oh God, don't call me on radio. You don't call me personally. That is Miss Emmons. A pleasant good morning to you, Miss Emmons. Also a pleasant good morning to Miss Barbara Alane. Miss Alane, I'm not talking your business, but I get your stuff that I have for you for the longest while, actually, yeah? So I got 2 bottles for you. So I'll organize that in the St. James office. I hope everything okay with you and all, you know, the listeners, the supporters, Miss Pamela Moses, Miss Mitchell, you know, all you guys, always a pleasure. God bless. Remember your meal today, have some greens in it, have a little callaloo, have some salad. Don't only have macaroni salad, macaroni pie, and potato salad. You know what, ridiculous with those carbs. And God bless you guys, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday morning. Take care. Pauline McKenna, sorry, how I could forget you, girl. Later.
Honey, we say we appreciate all the time.
Great.